Have you ever wondered why some days everything seems to fall into place, as if an unseen hand is quietly guiding you? Being chosen isn't a random fluke. It's a real responsibility, where you're entrusted with 7 unique divine powers to make a tangible difference. These powers, like an inner compass, help you see beyond the surface, uncover your higher purpose, and inspire those around you, fostering their spiritual growth. Not everyone notices the subtle signs hidden in everyday life, but you've been selected to transform ordinary moments into meaningful change. I challenge you to pause and ask, are you overlooking the signs pointing you toward your path? Join me on this journey to explore these 7 divine powers, starting with the ability to see deeper truths. Each power builds your connection to divine guidance, shaping a destiny that radiates positivity. Are you ready to embrace this calling? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit subscribe. Power 1. The divine vision that sees beyond reality's veil. The first gift bestowed upon you by the Eternal is the enigma of divine insight, a celestial faculty that pierces the fragile shroud of the manifest world, unveiling the higher truths woven into the silent tapestry of the cosmos. This is no mere mortal sight, bound by the frail limits of flesh and form. It is a spiritual vision, a whisper from the unseen realms, a force of perception that dances with shadows to unearth the secrets they guard. Through this sacred lens, you behold the essence beneath illusion, the radiant threads of truth that shimmer within the void, granting you moral clarity that transcends the fleeting judgments of humankind. Imagine yourself as an echo of the ancient oracle at Delphi, that cryptic seer whose veiled words shape the destinies of empires, sought by kings and warriors beneath the gaze of forgotten gods. Like her, your divine insight is a chalice of mysteries, brimming with visions that guide your spirit through the tempestuous waves of existence, as a captain steers through the abyss with a compass forged of starlight. In the quiet theater of your daily life, this gift unfurls its wings. Where others stumble blindly through chaos, you discern the hidden patterns etched in the ether, the silent hymns of order beneath discord. Where mortals falter before mountains of impossibility, you glimpse pathways cloaked in mist, solutions that flicker like distant lanterns to the uninitiated eye. In the shadowed dance of a negotiation, you sense the true intentions lurking beneath honeyed words, as if peering into the soul's unspoken depths. In the fragile bonds of kinship, you hear the silent cries of the heart, needs unvoiced yet known to you through a gaze that pierces the mundane veil. Beyond this, your divine insight becomes a moral compass, a lodestar in the fog of life's labyrinthine trials. When the righteous path lies buried beneath the tumult of desire and doubt, your vision, sharp as a blade forged in celestial flame, cuts through the haze, revealing the way that aligns with the eternal pulse of virtue and spirit. This is no trifling intuition, no fleeting whim of the mind. It is a profound discernment, tempered in the crucible of divine guidance, a sacred communion with truths that hum beyond the reach of time. Thus, divine insight is not merely a tool. It is a mantle of spiritual responsibility, a call from the infinite to lead, to judge, to unveil. You are tasked with lifting the curtain of illusion, teaching those around you to peer into the abyss and find the light within. You are a bearer of a beacon, its glow a riddle cast into the dark, illuminating not only your own destiny but the shadowed steps of countless souls tethered to your journey. Embrace this power with the awe it commands, for it is a fragment of the divine breath within you, a mystery that binds you to the unseen currents of creation. With each revelation it offers, you are not merely seeing, you are weaving the fabric of a world reborn, drawing the lost closer to the higher truth that awaits beyond the veil. This is your calling, cryptic and eternal, a sacred riddle you alone were chosen to unravel. Power 2. Creation. your power to weave ideas with spiritual meaning. If insight is the lantern that pierces the veiled truths shrouded in the darkness of reality, then from the radiant depths of that glow, another power silently rises within the abyss of your soul. Divine creation. This is no ordinary gift for shaping the new. It is a mysterious wind drawing you into a dance between the finite and the infinite, where every idea pulses with the breath of spiritual inspiration, echoing from the unseen layers of the cosmos. Picture an ancient artisan, not merely carving symbols but weaving them from the invisible threads of divine will, as Bezalel did when he raised the tabernacle with hands steeped in sacred light. So too within you, each creation is a spark flaring from mystical energy, transmuting the fragments of the mundane into stars that gleam across the spiritual firmament. This power reveals itself in how you summon dreams from the void, like a wayfarer among the constellations, seizing beams of light beyond the grasp of mortal eyes. In art, you whisper to the shadows, each stroke a hymn resounding through the boundless, where beauty lurks as an enigma yet to be unveiled. In business, you forge new paths, weaving invisible nets to capture the currents of higher wisdom, guiding transformation not for fleeting gain, but for a vast symphony of cosmic harmony, a plan that nurtures markets while chanting an ode to the enduring earth. In science, you are a silent seer, your inventions born not from barren equations but from flashes piercing the soul's midnight, drawn from a subterranean spring of knowledge too profound to name. A water purifier, not merely a tool, but a tear from the heavens falling to soothe parched lands. Yet this power stretches further still. In education, you are the sower of enlightenment's seeds, not merely imparting knowledge, but unlocking the doors of the soul, like a sage guiding disciples through their own labyrinth to find the light of spiritual growth. A lesson from you might be a gust scattering the fog of ignorance, leaving minds ablaze with a thirst for truth. In family, you are the warming flame, where simple words or deeds become unseen threads binding generations, turning a home into a humble shrine of higher purpose, where love and creation intertwine like light and shadow in a flawless tapestry. And in the quiet chambers of your inner self, you are the architect of your own being, wielding creative power to reshape the hidden corners of your spirit, forging lessons from pain and realities from dreams, like an alchemist refining gold from the ashes of the self. What you craft bears the breath of an eternal mystery, sincerity and meaning etched deep, like runes on ancient stone, decipherable only by the heart. These are not mere objects or endeavors. They are sacred winds stirring the dormant creative power within others. When someone touches your work, they hear a call from realms afar, an invitation to step into the flow of life. This is a journey of merging with cosmic harmony, where each idea is a low note in the universe's eternal song. Cherish this divine creation as a sacred trust, a bridge spanning the mortal and the divine. You are a guide through whom spiritual inspiration flows like an endless spring. Each act of creation is a ritual, each innovation a melody, each invention a ray from the eternal flame. Heed the pulse of this gift in your veins. It is the breath of destiny, a whisper that you were born to shape. Wield it with awe and audacity, for in your hands, this creative power is the wind that scatters darkness, the fire that draws the world closer to its noblest self, where all life merges in the radiance of divine will. Power 3. Resilience, the divine strength to thrive amidst life's tempests. From the sacred creations you bring into the world, like whispers of the soul entwined with the will of the cosmos, the third sign of your divine endowment unfurls within the depths of your being. This is resilience, a divine strength steeped in mystery, transcending the fragile limits of mortal flesh when faced with the shadows of adversity. It is not a shield to deflect the whirlwinds of life, but a hidden flame blazing within the core of your spirit. Within this lies a mystical power that transforms raging tempests into veiled steps ascending toward your higher purpose. This resilience is like an ancient mountain cloaked in legendary mist, standing silent against the howl of storms and the lightning that rends the night, not resisting, but merging with the chaotic symphony of creation, eternal amidst the ceaseless tides of time. This power radiates as a transcendent aura, guiding you through the shadowed gates of adversity. Moments when your soul is torn by nameless sorrow, when dreams are swept away by a cold, silent wind, or when your body becomes a prison, caging the light within. In those times, where others see only the darkness of dissolution, you hear echoes from the unseen. A divine guidance whispers through the cracks of fate, leading you onward. For instance, when all doors seem sealed, you do not sink into the void. From the ashes of hope you gather shards of light, forging them into a torch to pierce the thick fog ahead. This resilience is the pulse of cosmic destiny, an invisible thread binding you to the divine, where stillness becomes a sustaining breeze, wisdom a guiding star, and strength a luminous veil amid the days of tumult. As you tread the boundary between fire and shadow, it is not your hands that grasp fate, but a higher force, enigmatic as an ancient deity, silently weaving the tapestry of your destiny beside you, murmuring prophecies amid the roar of the heavens. Each scar upon your soul is an eternal engraving, each step a dance with the void. And in this unyielding stance, you become a mythic beacon, illuminating not only your own path, but awakening lost souls adrift in the storm. As you stand firm on the edge of life's abyss, your eyes blaze with the fire of faith. Your hands rise like wings through the ashes, and from this, others discover their own divine strength, realizing that spiritual growth can rise from the deepest fragments of ruin. Moreover, this resilience is a ritual of rebirth within the realm of dreams. When the darkness fades, you do not merely recover, you transform into a new entity, like an ancient tree stretching forth from ashes, its branches reaching into the fathomless heavens. While others remain captive to the echoes of anguish, you hear the song of eternity, turning wounds into philosophic verses, losses into pearls of wisdom. Imagine after a deluge sweeps all away, you do not simply rebuild what was lost, but raise an inviolable palace of the spirit, where each stone is a tale, each portal a prayer. This is the mark of divine empowerment, where adversity becomes a guide ushering you into the depths of your own being. Embrace this resilience as a sacred enigma, where a mystical power serves as both a bestowed light and a summoning call. It unlocks the gates of personal growth, a flame guiding you to uplift other souls. In your steadfastness, let others hear the resonance of eternity, glimpse the silhouette of rebirth. This power does not render you immortal to pain, but it grants you an unmatched spirit, an undying wind piercing the thickest night, bearing the cryptic promise that beyond the dark, the dawn's light will blaze like a hymn from the eternal realm. Power 4. Influence. The ability to inspire profound change in the world around you. As your journey is forged through the unyielding flames of resilience, where every trial becomes a step toward a higher light, the fourth sign emerges like a cryptic prophecy. It is influence, a phantom breeze whispering through the fathomless depths of your soul. This is no mere power of words or tangible deeds, but a mystical power, a dance of the spirit that transcends the gaze of mortal eyes, bending the currents of the world within the spirals of cosmic destiny. It radiates from your very essence, an eternal lamp that burns unquenched in the darkness, guiding without the need for summons. Envision each choice you make as seeds cast upon the boundless field of human consciousness. When you tread the path of integrity over the seductive trails of temptation, or when you let compassion guide you instead of letting your soul wither in coldness, you become a spiritual leader, an embodiment of light that requires no visible flame to illuminate. In the mundane realm of labor, you may be the trailblazer, cutting through the shadowed thickets of fleeting gain, sowing seeds of sustainability as a vow to the heavens for eternal harmony. Or you weave golden threads of inclusivity, granting every soul a place within the sacred tapestry of truth. These endeavors are mystic rites, tearing through the veil of ordinary existence, paving the way toward a collective evolution perceptible only to the enlightened. Within the community, you are a living enigma of ancient lore, a vortex of energy where all converges and radiates like the pulse of the cosmos. When the shadow of chaos descends, you rise as a seer amidst a dream, offering rites of salvation, perhaps passing bread to the famished amid the ruins of nature's wrath, or igniting conversations to mend the invisible tears wrought by time and strife. Your presence is a community impact, a sacred heartbeat within humanity's chest, spreading hope and direction through unseen waves. This is not dominion born of earthly might, but a dance of the soul, awakening the latent potential within each being, guiding them through the mists of fate to touch their own light. Deeper still, your capacity to stir positive change is a flame kindled by the eyes of the spirit, a gift of empathy and insight beyond the confines of the mundane. You see the nameless scars beneath stoic shells, the dreams buried in the ashes of defeat. This vision binds you to other souls, not with the reins of reason, but with the golden thread of unseen compassion. You do not merely alter their steps. You reach into the most arcane realms of their being, rousing winds long stilled, letting them soar under your wondrous guidance. Perhaps in a moment of stillness, when a wayward soul seeks you, a single tender glance from you suffices to unlock the gate to their own higher purpose. Embrace this divine influence as a mantle woven from the threads of cosmic light. It is the honor of the chosen to become the wind of transformation, a spark piercing the thick night of doubt and turmoil. Your life, dancing to the music of passion and meaning, is not merely a solitary quest for fulfillment, but a living scripture, each stroke echoing prophecies of truth and justice. In every breath of kindness, every stride for righteousness, every stand amid the tempest, know that you do not merely pass through this fleeting realm. You reshape it, stroke by mystic stroke, guiding humanity toward the radiance of cosmic destiny. Power 5. Healing. Your innate capacity to mend spirits and unify hearts. As the radiance of your influence casts its light, guiding lost souls toward paths of profound change, the fifth sign unveils itself in the stillness of mystery. The power of healing. Like a delicate mist drifting through the realm of dreams, this sacred gift transcends the mere soothing of tangible pains, weaving its way into the shadowed depths where emotions shatter and spirits wander astray. It is an ethereal breeze from the divine realm, carrying the breath of spiritual balance, awakening a reunion among the fragmented pieces of existence torn apart by the darkness of strife and separation. Far beyond comforting a single soul, your divine healing becomes a celestial dance, where broken bonds are rewoven with the invisible threads of destiny, and lands ravaged by discord are bathed in the mystical stream of harmony. This power emanates from you like a full moon veiled behind clouds, silently illuminating those bearing the scars of forgotten times. With a gaze that pierces like a seer's vision through the dreamscape, or a whisper soft as an echo from eternity, you unveil the hidden layers, where sorrow turns to ash and the yearning for connection stirs like a flame beneath the embers. In that moment, healing becomes a wordless hymn, where spiritual growth awakens, rippling from one soul to countless others, reviving the silenced beats within bonds long fractured. You are the keeper of a sacred flame, the guide through shadows, to the light of reconciliation. Heed the call of ancient legend, where a soul led by divine guidance crossed the desert of betrayal to touch the wellspring of rebirth. Choosing not the blade of vengeance, that soul opened its arms to embrace those who had turned away, transforming tears into a fountain of renewed life. This was no mere soothing. It was a mystical rite, where invisible wounds were mended and lost threads were woven back into the tapestry of fate. That journey mirrors your own, a bearer of the healing wind, destined to unravel ancient curses and unlock the gates of eternity. Amid life's chaos, your power of healing emerges like the shadow of a wanderer between realms. Perhaps you are the silent breeze among familiar spirits, wielding a mystical resonance to dissolve the undercurrents of discord, turning them into a stream of serenity. In your community, you become the sower of hope, not merely offering aid, but pouring into their hearts the light of spiritual resurrection, like a traveler from distant realms bearing a prophecy of peace. In lands torn by division, a collective broken under the weight of rivalry, or a community shrouded in the gloom of dissent, you are the enigmatic flame, burning away the fog of turmoil to reveal the path of truth. With the eyes of one who sees beyond time, you touch the core of every fracture, applying your divine touch to recreate what has crumbled, like an alchemist transmuting darkness into radiance. Envision yourself standing amid a realm divided by unseen boundaries. Like a summoner from the ethereal plane, you call forth wayward spirits into a ritual of understanding, where their voices blend into a symphony of reunion. Or within a strained collective, you sow invisible seeds of faith, opening a portal for parched souls to rediscover the rhythm of unity, like an ancient chant awakening the spirit of all things. This is how you fulfill your higher purpose, not merely mending surface wounds, but rekindling the pulse of life, binding humanity to itself and to the divine in an endless dance of harmony. Embrace this power of healing as a prophecy etched within your soul. Each touch you offer is a poem sent to the unseen, each act of healing a melody echoing toward eternity, where fragments are reunited in the light of transformation. Guided by divine guidance, you do not merely ease the world's wounds. You unveil the profound mysteries of the cosmos, the resonance between humanity and the Creator. This is your call from the realm of enigma, to bring healing to the earth, one spirit, one bond, one domain at a time. Like a silent wind passing through, leaving behind a sky brimming with mystery and serenity. Power 6. Courage, the fortitude to champion righteousness and truth. As the healing winds of the fifth power still echo, gently mending the wounds of souls and communities, the sixth sign emerges like a mysterious flame amidst the mist of destiny, bestowing upon you courage, a sacred light piercing through the darkness, an unyielding force hidden within the folds of the unseen realm. This is not the fleeting blaze of the reckless, kindled in a moment of fervor, but a divine courage, an enchanted dance between light and shadow, woven from the threads of a profound spiritual conviction. It beckons you to tread uncharted realms where righteousness and truth lie concealed like precious gems in deep caverns, undeterred by the cold winds of doubt or the veiled mists of uncertainty that drape your mystical journey. You are the wayfarer bearing the torch of the soul, your light not only piercing the night, but carving pathways to the eternal. This courage awakens silently, like a volcano slumbering beneath the ashes of silence, flaring when you raise the banner of justice amidst the whirlwind of cowardice. It sings as a resonant hymn from the depths when you proclaim truth that the world dares only to cradle in fragile dreams, or when you stride forward like a prophet through the chaotic river of hesitation and fear. This is a dance ordained within the symphony of fate, a rhythm guided by spiritual strength, where faith in divine guidance merges with the breath of your being. Picture the moment you stand at the abyss of darkness, Perhaps when you refuse to bow to the sweet whispers of corrupt power in opulent halls, or when you extend your arms to shield souls crushed beneath the storm of injustice. In that instant, you become a mighty wind, sweeping away the dust of apathy, awakening hearts slumbering in shadow. You are the sower of light across the barren fields of humanity, wielding not the sword of flesh, but the undying flame of will, confronting the serpents of corruption and the phantoms of compromise that slither through the world. Each time you dispel the shadows of deceit, like a solitary soul refusing to merge with the murky stream of gain. Each time you cradle the broken fragments of the weak, like one planting seeds in a parched desert. Each time you release the illusions of personal gain for a higher purpose, like a traveler forsaking fleeting dreams to seek the eternal horizon. You are that flame. Your battlefield knows no fixed bounds. It may be the cold chambers of worldly power, the fog-laden paths of a fractured society, or the depths of your soul, where you face the undertow of your own tides. Yet the essence of this flame remains unchanging. You burn for a light beyond the passing gusts of self, for a truth veiled behind the curtains of the temporal. Heed the call echoing from ancient tales, like the wind rustling the pages of Joan of Arc's story, a soul guided by visions from realms above, daring to wield her flame against the darkness of an empire to redeem her people. Her journey is a melody mirroring your path, a trail fraught with threatening storms, yet illuminated by the torch of spirit and the unseen embrace of divine guidance. Yet this courage does not blaze only in grand epics. It blooms too in the quiet dew of the everyday, as when you lay the first stone of a new dream, guided by the sacred compass of values, though the mist of uncertainty looms ahead. Or when you unlock old resentments, turning the blades of the past into bridges to harmony. These moments are notes in the eternal song of fate, each tone resounding with the power of courage. Embrace this divine courage as a wayfarer receiving the wind from the heavens, knowing that each valiant step is a breath drawing you nearer to your higher purpose, where you are not summoned to rest in the tender arms of ease, but to awaken in the fire of meaning. A journey that defies mortal limits, turns cold gales into soaring wings, and transcends the walls of reality to touch the boundless. Etch into your soul that courage is not the absence of fear, but the dance between you and that shadow where you lead with the light of faith. Divine courage is the sacred wind billowing through the sails of your destiny, a mystical gift coursing through your veins. Wield it with the wisdom of a sage and the might of a mountain, and watch the world bow. Power 7. Love, the unconditional force that fosters unity and forgiveness. When your courage has illuminated the path through uncharted realms, where truth and justice intertwine like winds of fate, the seventh sign unveils itself, the power of love, a mystical flame reflecting the divine essence in the unfathomable depths of existence. Unlike the fleeting threads of earthly emotion, this is a divine love, an eternal current beyond the grasp of reason, weaving through the fissures of the soul to sow forgiveness, awaken resonance, and bind the fragments of humanity within the mist of division. This love is a supernatural lens, revealing depths invisible to the naked eye. While the world sees only distorted shadows of fault, you hear the whispers of hidden wounds, where pain resounds like a melody from a realm unseen. When someone wounds you, you do not let the darkness of retribution rise. Instead, you open a mystical portal where compassion flows like a spring, touching the trembling shards of souls lost in solitude. You become a guide, your words like moonlight soothing the tides of discord, transforming rifts into bridges of communal harmony, where every heart finds its rhythm in the symphony of the cosmos. The strength of this power of love is not confined to private flickers of light. It is a swirling wind, sweeping across the invisible borders of society, dissolving the walls of ideology, race, and class. As humanity sinks into the abyss of discord, you emerge as a bridge builder, wielding not tangible materials, but the threads of empathy to weave pathways between worlds. Picture yourself as a wanderer in a dreamscape, planting mystical seeds into the barren soil of enmity, from which sprout canopies of unity, illuminated by the radiant glow of a higher purpose. This love bears the mark of sacrificial love, a mystery that beckons you to step beyond the threshold of self to reach other souls. Like a wayfarer crossing a desert of shadows to reclaim lost light, you embark on wordless sacrifices. Perhaps nights spent hearing the sighs of the despairing, or moments when you set aside your own dreams to kindle a flame for another. Each step is a dance with divine guidance, your soul merging into the boundless stream of life. Moreover, the power of love is a cryptic hymn, reverberating through the heavens, stirring every spirit it touches. As you radiate the glow of forbearance, you scatter stardust of awakening into others' hearts. Your love is an unseen wave, washing away the ashes of resentment, leaving patterns of openness etched upon the sands of time. Each glance you offer, each gesture you bestow, is a beam piercing the night, not only uplifting the receiver but also nourishing your own spiritual growth, drawing you into the vortex of union with the unseen. Embrace this power of love as a prophecy from a distant realm, a gift that binds you to walk with wisdom and courage, flames forged from the prior power. In a world cloaked in the darkness of hatred, your love stands as a beacon of hope, shining from the depths of eternity, a testament to the enigmatic might of divine affection. Through this love, you do not merely traverse the shadows as the courageous did before. You thrive, guiding humanity toward a horizon where unity becomes an eternal song. The 7 sacred signs: insight, creation, resilience, influence, healing, courage, and love, are not mere solitary flames within your soul, but a mystical constellation, interwoven to illuminate the path of destiny. From the radiance of divine powers, you rise above the shadows of the mundane, a wanderer in the unseen realm, bearing a higher purpose to awaken slumbering spirits. Each power pulses as a beat of the cosmos, blending within you like an eternal hymn, guiding you through the depths of spiritual growth. They are rays piercing the mists of time, unveiling the enigma of your being, a chosen one destined not just to exist, but to weave harmony amidst chaos. As you tread this path, the aura of these powers radiates like a beacon, guiding the lost toward the shores of light. And now, as the winds of divine guidance have swept through, heed the whisper from a distant realm, where your mission transcends mere existence. It is to weave a tale of light amidst the dark. In conclusion, the 7 divine powers are not just individual traits within you, but special gifts that shape and guide you toward your higher purpose in this life. They work together as a powerful force, enabling you to overcome daily challenges and make a difference not only for yourself but also for those around you. I want to thank you for listening and embracing these values, turning them into motivation to live more meaningfully each day. May you always hold fast to faith and strength, so that every action you take becomes a source of inspiration, bringing positive change to your community and the world. This is the crux of the journey you're on. You're not just a part of this greater story, but a key figure in spreading the light